Hello YouTube, my name is Marie and it's been a hot minute. So we got back from Korea about a week ago, so I should start uploading regularly again, hopefully. So let's just get right into today's video and we are going to talk about the 2017 South Korean film, A Taxi Driver. Now I'm going to do things differently for this review. I'm going to give my overall rating at the beginning instead of at the end because I think this film is beautifully designed as it puts you right in the driver's seat with your male lead. So you discover things as he discovers things. So if you don't know any of the history behind this true life event, you don't need to worry. You will uncover the mystery of everything with the characters. I will say that A Taxi Driver is an action drama with some disturbing displays of violence, but I'm also a little bit of a baby when it comes to that sort of thing, so what really affected me and like gut-wrenched me might not be a problem for you. I'm just letting you know that there will be violence in this movie. So I'm giving A Taxi Driver a perfect score, 5 out of 5 stars. I can't think of a single thing that I would change within this movie. I think it's perfect. So if you don't want to hear more in-depth synopsis of plot and characters, leave now, go watch it. You will not regret it. You will thank yourself. Okay, you're gone? Okay. So this film follows a taxi driver. Big shock, I know. In Seoul during 1980s, and he actually steals a foreign customer from another taxi driver because our male lead is a widower with a young daughter and he could really use the significant payday that this foreigner is supposedly going to give to his taxi driver to take him from Seoul to Gwangju and back again before curfew. Now, unbeknownst to our male lead, our taxi driver, is that this foreigner is actually a reporter, and Gwangju at the moment going through or in the middle of that infamous May 18th military crackdown and massacre. I think I might have the thingy, because I was there. I hope I still have it. I mean, I kept almost everything. Haha! Maybe I'll just read you the official synopsis of this event. Wow, okay, that's not written very well. As I understand it, the May 18th massacre, a lot of things were involved, but it was the students of Gwangju, like the university students, who were doing protests, peaceful protests, against the autocracy in favor of democracy. And then the military got involved. That led to more protests wanting to end martial law and to end the violence, which just created more violence and just a lot of horrors committed by the Korean military against Korean citizens. Now, while I was here, while I was at the actual National Cemetery, I remember feeling a lot of reverence towards the place. There's one building that has pictures of the people who were involved in the protests, like the students and teachers and faculty who had died during the May 18th massacre or like shortly afterwards, and I remember getting just chills and just feeling incredibly, not overwhelmed, but you know, it affected me in some sort of way. Now, those chills I felt during the movies, and a lot of that has to do with the music choices. Doesn't detract with what's happening on screen, it amplifies it, and it gives you cues of how you should feel about what's going on, and then say other moments the music can be so uplifting and you feel very triumphant, and just the music overall in this film was just spot on. The score was great. Now the cinematography and the directing in general, it's everything about this film is exactly what you want it to be. There's no faults with it. I have no problems. There's no downfalls. This is one I'm probably going to rewatch. The characters are just so incredibly lovable, and their arcs, there's the two main characters, there's the taxi driver and then the foreign reporter, and I think he's German, but I might be wrong. And the development between the two of them was just great, and then the development on their own was great, because the taxi driver, at first he doesn't know what kind of situation he's getting into at all, and he doesn't believe that the military, which he was a part of, could be doing these things, and the slow evolution of him understanding what's going on and how that changes his behavior, and it was so lovely to see. And then on the flip side, the reporter who at first seems very detached from the violence that's happening and the human suffering, you see him coming to terms with the sacrifices that he has to make as a reporter if he wants to report on these wartime events, and that was great to see as well. And then there's another character who I would say is probably an important secondary character, who is a student who acts as an interpreter between the two male leads, and he was just great too. The acting in this film is phenomenal. I feel like if you don't know any history about this at all, it's another film where you're gonna watch it and then be curious, and it'll spur you to do your own research, and I love media like that. Have a good day, have a good night, and bye.